Hi, I'm Adrienne Harrell, and today I want to talk to you about something totally new, and it is something that it's come up a lot lately, and we're trying to understand a little bit more and learn more about it. I'm talking about Costa Hawkins. 2018 being an election year, a lot of things are happening. Everyone knows that the real estate market and the rental market in California has become really, really tight. And one of the things that all of the gubernatorial candidates are talking about is the housing crisis that is taking effect or that has taken place in the state of California. If you own a piece of property here in California, you have to learn more about Costa Hawkins. And my point in this video is that go out there, learn as much as you can, and decide whether it is for you or if it's not. And when the November elections come around, vote, because this is an important measure. Costa Hawkins was enacted in 1995. It does actually two things. One, it prohibits the establishment of rent control on certain type of properties. And these properties are typically multifamily units that were built after 1995, because that's when the law had gone into effect. It prohibits rent control on condos, and it also prohibits rent on single family properties. On the other hand, it also prohibits vacancy control, or sometimes what is considered a strict rent control. Right now within the state of California, there are only about 11 or so cities that have rent control established within their jurisdictions and in their municipalities. If Costa Hawkins gets repealed, then there is a possibility that rent control could be established throughout the state, and it could be up to the local government to decide what rent amounts you could get for your property, or how much rent could be increased in a given property over time. For example, if a municipality decides that they are going to cap the rental increases to 1% year over year, if you are renting your property for $1,000 today, you can only increase the rent by 1% over the time that the tenant lives in that property. So if a tenant lives there for 5 years and you started the process at $1,000, then the first year you can only increase the rent $10. The second year, $10.10, because it's only capped at 1% over that time. In the meantime, the rental market could have gone up, and that same property that was being rented for $1,000 is now being rented out at $1,700 or $1,800 a month. Now, what the strict vacancy does is that it limits that once that tenant that has lived under rent control moves out, you are still limited to how much you can increase that rent by that cap rate. You cannot just bring the property up to the market value. So that's what the repeal of Costa Hawkins would mean, and it is going to affect the investors either positively or negatively, but the goal is get out there, find out everything that you can about Costa Hawkins. This is an important measure. 2018 is an election year, and this is going to impact the investors. For this and any other information, contact us at newbridgemanagement.com.